3 months ago, I was just hoping to sit inside the top 1,000 players at season's end for SuperCoach AFL. But today, we actually sit at 16th overall with only 6 rounds to go. And I'm going to show you today every decision that got me there. Let's go. Welcome back to the SpawnShark channel now. So we're currently ranked 16 overall with 6 rounds to go in the whole season. So we're pretty stoked about that position right now. Total points 39,741. So it's pretty good. There's actually a bit of a difference between first and 50th and top 10 and that. So we're probably sitting about 300 or 400 points behind the leader. So a little bit of ground to make up, but there's some injury news this week that may affect some of those scores this week, so we can gain some ground. With Jason Horn-Francis suspended, Bailey Dale as well. He's also gone for the season with that shoulder knock, unfortunately, for those teams who have him. And also, there was one more. Who was it in the teams? Zach Butters. So that's going to be the big talking point this week. But we're going to get into how we actually got from 70-something thousand to rank 16 today. So we'll get into that now. Alright, and we'll also look at the trades that got us there too. So we've made quite a few trades. The initial philosophy going into the season is be a bit different. Otherwise it gets a bit boring. I don't really like watching the whole weekend with a cookie cutter team in a league matchup with only, a St Kilda player on a Sunday different and hoping that player scores more than a Bulldogs player or something, or rather, or 3 or 4 players. It gets a bit boring that way. So we went different to start, and that's probably why we got ranked 77,000 after round 1. So after the first week, we traded out Jordan Clark. Didn't like the look of his role at all. We didn't know we were going to get so many injuries ahead, so we might have kept him, but probably in hindsight an okay decision. Hayden Young injured, so 1 injury, and Vicentini, bad call considering the rucks went so well. And he cost us 2 trades to get out of it. So we went to Jackson. Parker as our unique. We really like the North Melbourne role, and if Aaron Hall and Jack Siebel can do it for years when they're not even a 10th of the player Parker is, I'm sure Parker can do well, which he did. So he was a good pickup and a rookie. So we needed those players. We jumped a little bit to 68,000 round 2. Still, we're pretty, gut wrench to this point that we're so far behind, but still, it's early. It's a couple 100 points. Don't worry, it's about round 7 that you're going to find out where you really sit, or after the buys as well, where if you haven't played for the buys, that's going to be trouble. But like a few other content creators have said, it goes in blocks. So the first 6 weeks, next 6 weeks, you can make a jump because different players will start kicking on. So if you pick the team, try and stick to it unless you're 100% unsold on the role. So Petraka, Rosie, and Lindsay out. Injury, dud. So we're just fine-tuning our team now. Rookie Cherry went 190 the week before. A lot of people captained him. So and he had a really good run. So, and we'll think about him to start. So we brought him in, unfortunately, because we know what happened the week after when I captained him as well for a 60 and he rubbed blood on someone. Zorko also in, bad trade, got injured a couple weeks later. After that, we jumped up to 27,000 after a 5,000 round position. So this is heading into round 4. We had to trade out Cherry, or we didn't have to, but from a few seasons lessons, I've learned that you can't always, hold these players early on. Otherwise, you're going to fall right behind and never catch up, especially if it's an injury. Like we've had Will day in the past last year. Supposed to be injured for 1 week, plus then they had the bye, and then he was out for another 6-7 weeks. A couple years ago, Clayton Oliver hamstring. Okay, he's going to be out for 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks. Ended up being out for the whole season essentially. So I really don't like holding on to these players unless it's, you sort of make a judgment call on yourself whether they're going to play or not. You can't always trust these coaches. And Bond Polly came in, so spending up for him. Dacos. So this is where we jumped after this trade from Cherry to Bond into round 5. So at this point, we've got Heaney as a captain, and we had Parker, who was going nuts as our 2 pods. So those are the main driving factors, plus we had the good rookies. So we jumped into a round 18 rank despite the Zorko 30, which could have given us even higher rank that round. And we went to 525 after being 77,000 in round 1 and 68 in round 2. So quite a good jump. So that's why I think you need to have these pods early on. A lot of people back the cookie cutter system. I think it's kind of boring. Yes, you pick a few because they're good picks, but it doesn't let you have these massive jumps if you've got the same team as 50-60% of the competition. So then we went Dacos out after that calf test against Brisbane, my mob, and Watkins injured, dropped actually, to Bailey Smith, who had a good run ahead, and Barrow. So we've just gone for the best player available basically and the best rookie. Zorko out in rounds 6, so we jumped at another 100 or so spots at 396. He was injured. Coleman, he was probably only one who had cash on his head that early to start getting a premium head, so I like trying to get one premium head, so that's why I'm trading now rather than waiting for a fully maxed out rookie. Jagger Smith also out, but that was, in hindsight, not the right rookie. To Neil, he was really playing well at the time, and he's sort of gone good year, injured year, good year, injured year. This is the good year, and that's what seems to be happening now. So he'll be up in not the Brownlow like for winning it, but he'll be up there again. And I think he'll finish strong this year with 6 rounds to go. Pickett, he looked good, but he's also tag bait, so it's okay. He's going to be a top 6 thereabouts. Forward, Perez, bad pick. Should have been Connor McKenna or someone else, but yeah, we didn't like the job security, given that Lincoln McCarthy was in the team at the time. Next round, we jumped to 148, so we're getting right up there now. We've had, so you can notice when we have the top 5k round positions, we tend to go up, and when we have our top 100 ranks, we tend to really zoom up, and that's based off our pods mostly, because we haven't really I think I've only hit the Heaney captain up until this point. Every other captain's been average or garbage, so I'd like to know the average captain score for each team, because I feel like mine's probably 500 points behind at this point. So Heaney, even though he's been good for us to this point, he's driving us nuts. He's out again for awareness, and he's got a bad run to come up, so we go to Oliver. Also, the rookies with Perez and that, they're not looking so good with the cash gen anymore, so we're banking cash here. That's the whole idea, otherwise we wouldn't have traded Heaney. Brune to Gorn, and he has the good fixture, and Sarong to Anderson, good rookie for basically finished rookie. Heading into round 8, we take a step back in rank. You can't always go linear, although it's good after like every 4-week block that you tend to go up in ranks this early on, at least. So we're ranked 436. We boost with our last boost. McAndrew, Jakes, Robertson all out. We held Robinson for a bit as a loop, even though we still failed our captains. That's okay. Cherry. Oh, sorry, not Cherry. What am I saying? Rechko came in as a rookie. Roberts killing it. Top 6 defender at the time. Disgusting role. And Jones, also a good rookie. And then we had another good round. So at this point, we've got Neil, Parker, Clayton Oliver as our point of differences, trying to get us up in the ranks. Plus we have Jackson and Gorn, so they're all there. And Bailey Smith too, because at the time he still wasn't owned by many people. So he was really pushing up our ranks. So we got to 53 after a round 22 rank. Farah and Grill come out as maxed out rookies for Premium and Ash. When I pick players, they tend to be the top 2 or 3 players in the team. Everyone else doesn't matter if they're a premium, I find. If you look at all the matches, the top 2-3 players in the team, they score over 100. The rest, they're just filling up spots in terms of SuperCoach at least. And so we liked Ash, and we picked up the dead rookie. Round 10, climb up a little bit more. So basically, we're in the top 2,000 cohort here. So we're battling against them. I'm not worried about anyone else, because their teams are going to differ, because the teams at the top are going to be more similar than different. They're going to have the good players to this point. So we're still trying to differ ourselves at this point from those teams, because we're not first. We're not trying to hold on to the lead. We're trying to catch the lead. Farrow. Sorry. So we go Lindsay and Cook out. Rookies that are priced up. Basically, it's the last couple of rookies that are max price. The Grundy into the Bulldogs Ruckless matchup as a captain. That was good. So it's really helpful if you hit these captains. An extra 100 points potentially on your score. And then another dead rookie. So this is where we're kind of falling apart in terms of we can't nail our rookies. We haven't picked up any of the GWS rookies. We haven't picked up McKenna. We haven't picked up Dirksen, who's luckily worked out for owners with the Wiedering injury. But at this point, we're still stringing out cash from our remaining rookies. We get up to rank 36. So we're still hovering. We're preparing for the buys. Philippou out. Last buy. Murdoch could have kept him, but we desperately want to get our primos correct for the buys. McInerney versus Warren Francis, just purely on the buy, plus the roll at the time, and the injury was in his favor, but that's a bad luck. He went 50 off at halftime injured, and 50 and gone for the season. So he's really cost us a few extra points and trades. Next round we go up to rank 20 after the first week, so we can trade 3 times now. We got Grundy out. He's dropped, well, not dropped, he's rested. Lombard out, max price rookie. Myers, max price rookie. And we go rookie, day cost cheap. We need to start getting more affordable players, and Heaney, just for the score and the buy. Round 13, we are still hovering. So we kind of hover around these rank 20s for a while now. It's sort of hard to pick up here given the McInerney injury and scores and that. And I don't think we nailed our captains either. So we go Marshall, Rechko, Flanders out, Podskaski, Tracker, and Bailey in. So tracker was just we were a bit nervous about everyone else owning him and us not, but turns out we probably should have kept not getting and considering he's not even playing midfield anymore, and Bailey is. So, which was kind of the idea about picking Bailey too, because contract year, and Brisbane need to satisfy him in, you know, a number of ways, and that's one of them giving him the keys to the midfield in, you know, a minor sense at least, given the other good players in there. McInerney, thanks for dropping 100k, you're gone. Gallup, slow burn rookie, did well, probably could have held him even longer. Anderson out. Fitzgerald in. So we've got the mid-season rookies who are coming through, Hawker Hahn and Max Holmes, just to get the top 6 defenders. So we're now at rank 27. We've only got a couple rounds to go. So round 15, rank 27 again. We trade out the injured Roberts and Jones for Wangani Malura. So this is going for top 6 defenders, plus no one's going to have this guy basically because he's been injured, so we want to get someone in who's different again. But I find it's really good when they're a top 6 players. When everyone's looking left, turn right kind of thing. Philthorpe, this is a brain paid pick in terms of we didn't want to wait a week for Durham, and we ended up this was a bad trade. So you got to really think through your trades. Sometimes it's worth waiting for the better player just to because for the whole season, rather than getting a 50-point advantage for 1 week, which you didn't even manage, considering the rookies basically scored the same. So now we're ranked 25 after Sinclair out, another injury to Rankin. So Rankin, again, philosophy of full-time midfield, great role, and no one has him considering the injury risk, and he's been out for a few weeks now, but apparently he was humming. So although sometimes he takes a while to get going, so unfortunately he gave us 2 bad scores after this, but he's come good, so that's what we're hoping for. Plus we're playing for leagues as well, so a lot of these players have got great finals runs, and that was mainly the idea behind Philthorpe as well. He's got a great finals run, so we want to win our finals, and as much as we're playing for rank, it's 1 out of 200,000, so we're still trying to play leagues as well at the same time, so we're kind of taking a bite out of both pies. But anyway, Philthorpe, thank you for being sick or whatever you were. I didn't like in the first place. So Marshall, again, another player of great history who has the role again, and we're hoping that Tom DeConning is actually out for a bit longer. But given all these injuries that are coming, we might just have to hold him, even if DeConning does take the mantle and hurt Marshall's score. So that's how we got to rank 16, guys. So yeah, if you have any ideas or questions, drop them in the comments below. Let me know how your team's going and what you think I should do from here to climb to rank 1. But what I will be doing this week is I'll be trading out Butters, and I will be picking up someone who is probably another one of these point of differences that no one else will have at current. They may be bringing him in, but so, and if people are limited on trades with the Butters, because everyone has Butters, so that's 1 trade. Bailey Dale, another trade. And Horn Francis, people might just hold, obviously, given I don't think anyone will have more than 7 trades. If they do, good on them, but they're probably not in the position. And probably most have only 0 to 5 trades, I reckon, at this point. So it's really about just saving trades to cover the injuries at this point. Last week, I could have actually... So if we look at the rankings now, just to give you an idea of where everyone's at. So rank 1's on 40,103. Well done, Cody. Doing quite well so far. We're just down here at 39,741. So we're 340 points, 42 points behind rank 1. Last week we actually copped the donut. So in order to maintain the team throughout the whole league finals. So I don't know if this is a mistake, because I do intend to win a few leagues as well. It's a bit risky going down to a lower amount of trades at this point. So I'll show you what happened with our team last week and the big decision we had to make. So we had Whitfield, Paul Kahan, Perez and Ryan all out in the 1 week. So, and that just meant that we only had 21 players total. So we got no flex to we got a flex to cover, but he's only going to cover this score, and we're going to cop a 0 basically in terms of the full 23 premiums. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 12, 14, 20, 21. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, so we had 21 players playing. We still scored the 25.02, but we were actually thinking about trading Wilkie to Whitfield to Wilkie just to avoid the donut. But given that Whitfield has such a great run home, and all the evidence is saying that he's gonna play this week, and there's not gonna be lingering symptoms and that. We made the decision not to. So we would have been up to 6th place if we had brought on Wilkie as backup plan if we wanted to go all in for overall. But yeah, we didn't save a trade earlier on because we traded in and traded out Cherry. So thank you, Cherry, and thank you, McInerney. But anyway, alright guys, that'll do it for the video today. Thanks for watching my first video that I've ever made for this channel in a long time. I think I'm going to actually commit to it this time. So we're going to finish off the final 6 weeks of SuperCoach, plus we'll probably do a review video as well as to how the season went in the end, and look forward to the preseason and all those sorts of things as Christmas comes and that. But we won't be taking a break. So I intend to make this a gaming channel at the same time as well. So if you're into that as well and want to watch some gaming stuff such as like battle royale, shooters, whatnot, I'm pretty flexible as to what I'm going to do with the channel at this point. But we will be doing SuperCoach, that's a guarantee. So that's one thing you can bank your money on. So good luck for your trades for this week, and hopefully you can finish the season strong and get a few league wins and maybe even some weeklies or something like that. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. If you're not, whatever, I'm cool with that too. So peace.